Yesterday wasn't a good Friday for me. It was a great Friday. Let me tell you, I came from Nigeria with my girls to start their high school in the US in August, and there's one thing I brought with me was this. This is a picture of Jesus carrying his cross. And I had this picture on a desk in our bedroom in Nigeria as a constant reminder that I'm carrying my cross. Me coming with my daughters and sacrificing my time to be with them, to help them, was my cross to carry for God. So yesterday was Good Friday, and I got tired of feeling sad. And I locked myself up in my closet, in a closet in our house where I have this picture up on Good Friday to have some alone time with God and say, God, I really need to hear from you. I'm tired of feeling this way. And guys, I ended up reading a chapter in this book. And the whole chapter in this book was about carrying our crosses. So I took that as a God wink. Good Friday, Jesus carrying his cross. The whole chapter is about a cross. And I got it. I said, God, this life that you've given me, this little hurt that I'm feeling sad about, that's my cross right now that I'm to carry for you. And the book talked about carrying these crosses lovingly, joyously, and generously. And I said, God, I'm in. And right after that, I had a conversation with my brother Kevin. I said, Kevin, I'm carrying my cross. If that's what makes God happy, I'm in. God, I got you. I will carry this cross joyously for you. So my brother Kevin said, Nikki, the cross that you're carrying is nothing compared to the crosses that other people have. And I mean, he just hit the nail on the cross, because that's the absolute truth. The cross that God has asked me to carry is a little bit of a speck of a cross. If I look at my whole entire life and where God has guided me and what he's asked me to do to carry this little speck of a cross, guys, guess what? I will joyously and lovingly and generously carry that cross for God. So another conversation my brother had with my mom yesterday, turns out that conversation was for me too. He said we could be our own worst enemies. And that's me. I'm allowing this little speck of a cross to determine the happiness of my life. What is that, Nikki? So he said when his mind plays tricks on him, that he talks back to his mind to say, no, you're not gonna get me now. And that's the same thing we all have to do. We have to catch our minds when they want to be our worst enemies. We have to say, no. Here's what's going on. This little speck of a cross I'm carrying for God, I'm going to carry it joyously. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be God's girl. And we have to constantly talk to ourselves and talk to our minds. Otherwise, they're going to be our worst enemies, guys. So we have to continuously talk to God. But what really put the icing on the cake for me yesterday that made it a great Good Friday was that earlier that morning I called my sister Kelly. I said, I need to vent to you about something. You're my sounding board. And she was all ears. She was talking to her son, and she and her son were having a conversation about a book about Viktor Frankl, who wrote this book about his time in a Nazi camp. And it's called A Man's Search for Meaning. So me and her, after she hung up with her son talking about the book, me and her ended up talking about the book and how he found joy and beauty, even in a fish head, in a bowl of water with a fish head, he was able to find beauty. And that all of us can find beauty in our lives. It's just how we decide to look at things. So after that conversation with her, later on that evening, I said, let me go and download this book. And so I go to Google and I search Viktor Frankl and I'm looking for the book. But afterwards I decided I'm not going to read the book anymore, because I said I need some more time with God reading my personal meditation books. And so I go to read my books. And then later on my mom came in and she wanted to listen to Wayne Dyer. So as I'm playing where we last left off for Wayne Dyer, unbelievably, of all the hundreds of episodes that we have to listen to from Wayne Dyer, the very one that we last left off was him talking about Viktor Frankl and his book, A Man's Search for Meaning. And for that to come up, guys, that was no coincidence. That was just God saying, Nick, I'm with you. That's him showing me his love and his attention. Like, Nick, why are you letting your mind get so sad and so caught up in all this negative junk when you know I love you so much? So guys, that made it the Great Friday. Reminded that I'm God's girl. The crosses that he's given me to carry, guess what? I'm gonna lovingly and happily carry the cross for him. And I consider my family my personal cross from God that I will joyously carry. You know, the girls are here and they're making me so super proud. And the boys, you know, they're missing their mommy, but we're gonna work on that. So guys, we all have our crosses to carry for God. And we want to say, just like Jesus said, God, I don't want to do this, but if it's your will, I will do it for you. So guys, that's our calling from God. Whatever cross he has given you to carry that will make him happy to do it, say, God, I got you. And that's what I told him. God, I got you. I will lovingly carry this little speck of a cross if that's what you want and that's what makes you happy. Because you show me so much love. But let me tell you, once you do that, you show God that I'm willing to carry the cross. That's how he helps us to carry them. So he will give us the right perspective and the right attitudes to help us to joyously carry whatever cross he's given to us. He will be our joy. He will be our strength. And this is how he guides us on the path to the great life. You hear me? Great life with him.